That's what I'm talking about right there. I purchased the gold ore from Jason's new gold mine from Mount Baker Mining and Minerals. Bought it on eBay for $95. Normally, if I were to get a crushed and busted up box from someone, I'd be pretty angry and have to send it back. But in this case, I mean, it's rocks. I mean, who cares? So I was very excited when the box finally came in. It was still intact, which is great. And Jason does pack it very well on the inside. Normally it's a white plastic bag, and on the inside it's a burlap bag. Here we go. And it's tied with a tie. Nice and heavy. Good stuff. All right, we're gonna cut open the plastic tab and see what we have. There we go. All right. And yeah, there we go. It's wet. Yeah. Lots of powder, lots of rocks. This is the new mine. Very cool. Well, I say we find out what's in the loose powder right now. Let's do it. Let's go. I want to separate the powder from the larger rocks because last time when I did the powder, because I had an earlier shipment of ore from Jason's mine, the powder was just loaded with gold. So this time, before even crushing the rocks, let's get the powder out, and we'll do that using classifiers of varying sizes, starting with the largest and going down to the smallest. I like doing it this way because I use my mini sluice with the powder in order to get the really fine gold out, and in the powder, it's always the finest gold. Wouldn't it be cool just to find like a nugget? I could tell Jason about it. That looks like gold. Might be. I don't know if y'all can see it, but right there, that could very well be gold. I'm going to set this one aside. So I went ahead and took the sample inside and blew it up on the microscope. I'm going to take a closer look at it. Does that look like gold to you? I say no, it does not. And you can tell because it looks just a little bit too shiny, and the way the light reflects off of it just does not look like gold. That looks like fool's gold. So I continued classifying the gold, pulling out the big stuff and washing everything off, giving each thing just a little look to see if there's any gold in it. This part's kind of boring, so I sped it up, but there's sort of a certain poetry to it, watching the soil get classified into smaller and smaller pieces. It's very satisfying. I was hoping to see a nugget jump out, but alas, no. Of course, I may have missed it. Hopefully I did. Next, I put all the classifications into smaller containers, which makes it much easier to work with later on. I wonder how many people don't clean out their bags when they get it. See what's in it. There's some nice black sand in there too, you can see it. I would bet you there's gold in that. Betcha! We'll check that one separately. Let's check this one first. I'm really curious. Surfactant. It breaks the water tension so the small gold does not float. Small gold does float. Let's go ahead and just pan out that small one first. I know you guys are curious, and so am I. Let's do it. I'm sure there's nothing on there to skew the results. And this was what was left in the bag right here. Best guess? I say yes. All right. All right, so There was no gold left in the bag, just pyrite. It's okay. We're gonna run this next stuff through. Let's get the bubbles out. I feed it into the VDI mini sluice 1 teaspoon at a time, constantly checking the indicator mat to see if I see any gold. Anything of significance will show up in the indicator mat, which is that top part of the mini sluice. Anything that's missed will be picked up, larger pieces, further on down the line. But I do it slowly, and hopefully we'll get some gold. When you look at the indicator mat, you'll see if any gold pops up. Now you see those little dots on the lower part of it? You might think it's gold, but it's not. That's pyrite. Plus it's silver looking, it's not gold looking. And chances are those little pieces are gonna float away anyway, so you know it's not gold. But it can trick you if you're not too careful. I will say these are halfway cleared out. Once they're halfway, and you see it rolling around, next scoop. I see a bunch of shiny, sparkly things in there, but I'm not convinced that's gold. It looks like pyrite. Although I'm not certain why it's not floating away, but we'll check. It could be that because there's no sun out, it doesn't look like gold. Now, a piece right there, that could be gold. That looks like gold. Cleaning out the VDI sluice is so easy. You just lift it up and pour it into the container that you're going to be using while the water still pumps through. Shake it back and forth a little bit, and you are good to go. It doesn't get much easier than that. Next, we'll take our concentrates and put it into our little finishing pan that we use to get out the real fine stuff. There's a lot of stuff that looks like gold, except it's floating away, which tells me that it's pyrite. Like a lot of pyrite. And there's no gold coming to the top. Well, that's disappointing. Dang. That's not a good sign. Check it, magnetized. Ooh, there's a lot of magnetite in there. Look at that. Right there. So I'm seeing there, looks like magnetite. I mean, pyrite. So our next size. Cleaning out the next size, I hope for a better result because we did not find any gold in the last size. So after panning out this size, I found nothing. No gold at all. It's time to change our tact a little bit. Let's grind some of this ore up. I have a lot of it. And I've always had good luck when I grind Jason's ore into a powder. You see all that white powder coming up? That's silicone, razor sharp silicone. Even though it looks like a powder, you do not want to inhale that stuff. Always wear a respirator when you're grinding like this because it will mess you up. It appears that I've broken my mighty meal, so I had to stop. I only did a little bit of grinding, but I believe that's enough to give us a good little test. There's a bunch of super fine powder here, but that's no good. I need better than that. Let's get the other pan. There's a little gold. See if I can get a better shot for you. Jason's ore never disappoints. This one was a little bit harder to extract, but you see what I got out of the little bit of ore that I did grind, and I still have a whole bucket of that stuff. So it could net quite a bit of gold after I get my grinder fixed, of course. Thank you for joining me on this. It was a lot of fun.